Yo, what is up guys? It's your boy Skull and Bones 2 and 2 here, and in today's Gears 5 video, we're going to be talking about the current state of the Carmines in the Gears 5 universe leading into Gears 6. So we're going to talk first about Gary Carmine. We get to see Gary Carmine supposedly die in the Outsider Village when Jin sends DBs to confront the Outsiders about the disappearances of her people. Turns out that it's not the Outsiders taking people, it's in fact the Swarm. And in doing so, she accidentally kills Gary Carmine by throwing a DB pod on top of the turret he was manning. Now, we're led to believe as the audience that Gary is dead. Well, when in fact I went back and checked the cutscenes for Gears 4, I came across something very interesting. In the cutscene before the Swarm actually attacked the Outsider Village that Jin previously had, you can actually see Gary on top of what seems to be an Outsider tower, and I'll leave an image above, guarding it, and you can see that it is Gary. It's the exact same uniform, the exact same person. It is Gary. He's alive. We don't hear from him much after that attack. We don't hear from him much in Gears 5 at all. We do get to see his sister, LIZZIE. Now, LIZZIE meets a gruesome fate by the hands of JD, sadly, due to friendly fire at a misfire from the Hammer of Dawn. And Clayton is heartfelt from the death, and a lot of the fans are. So what I think is going to happen in Gears 5 is we're going to actually get, for multiplayer, a recruit Gary Carmine character, because I'm going to explain to you how this works into the lore and then how this works into the story. Gary, just along with JD and Dell, at some point was a part of the COG before he went Outsider. Now, that means that he had military training and he was a part of the COG once before, so he was a recruit. That means he still had armor. So with that being said, they're going to give us a recruit Gary Carmine to see what he would have looked like while he was with the COG. We're going to get LIZZIE as well. We're probably going to get a couple other Carmines as the game comes out, or as the game progresses, and we'll get to see, everybody in action, which is cool. But the way now this works into the lore is that come Gears 6, or at least the beginning of the story, we're going to see Clayton get told about the death of his sister, LIZZIE, and that's going to actually reach him, and it's going to make him feel some type of way. It's going to make him change the way that he is. So he's probably going to stop being an outsider, and he's probably going to come join the fight against the Swarm and go take revenge for LIZZIE, because at this point, that's all he can do. It's the right thing to do for his sibling, his family, and everything else that he stands for. Gary Carmine was not a really well-developed character. He was just in there for the gags. But I think the developers were very smart on why they kept him hidden, for introducing him to Gears 4, didn't do anything with him in Gears 5, and how they're going to implement him into Gears 6. So they have some stuff to work with, which is pretty good. We will get some stuff, because as you know, multiplayer does have some canon stuff for the lore, and it answers a lot of questions. They get to play around with stuff they normally wouldn't get to do. So they'll, recruit Gary Carmine, and we'll get to see Gary Carmine in some COG armor. Which is something I wanted to see for quite some time. I think he'll look pretty cool. I might be rocking him if he does come out like that. So yeah, that's basically it. LIZZIE, the reason they killed her off was so that they could reintroduce Gary Carmine. But this way, this character will have development and a sense of purpose after losing his sister. So LIZZIE died, and Gary's going to come replace her, and it's going to be Clayton and Gary now. A lot of people did. I remember when Gears 4 came out and everybody found out who Gary was. Everybody thought that Gary was Clayton's son. That's not the case. So it turns out that Gary is in fact the niece, or Gary is the nephew, and LIZZIE is the niece that Clayton had. And he was the nephew that got excommunicated, that Clayton lost contact with. But he knew that he didn't die. He just didn't talk to him. So LIZZIE, now that her death has reached Gary, is going to make him a changed person, which kind of sucks. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.